Donald Lauer here, and I'm in my home studio in front of my green screen. I call this my green room because I like to do photography and video, and I have set up a studio in my home where I do green screen photography and video. And so I'm in front of my green screen right now in my studio, and what I want to do is talk to you today about this cool little Garmin Etrex H model. The H means it's high sensitivity. This is a basic GPS. It's not going to be a real fancy GPS. Doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles on it. If you're going to be using it for like what I use it for, geocaching, or maybe hunting, you wouldn't use this unit. You would use something that's a little more advanced. But if you're walking a trail, or maybe looking to mark a fishing spot, or like I said, using it for geocaching, this is perfect. This is a perfect little entry model. You can find them online for about $127. I happen to get very lucky with this little unit in that I happened to look at bestbuy.com. They had them online for $87. They weren't available online. It said you had to go in the store, so I went to the store, and they didn't have it in the store, but they found it. They were clearancing it out of the other store as well, and I ended up only paying $39.95, 40 bucks for this little Garmin. So you tell me if I did good. I think I came out with a steal. Downfall to the unit is that when you connect the optional cord, it connects right here in the back of the unit. You open that up, and right here is where you will connect the optional cord that you can buy for it. The problem with that cord is it does not connect to the modern day computers, meaning that it has a serial port adapter on it. Most of the computers now, especially little laptops like this one that I'm on right now, does not have a serial port import. So you can buy a little adapter, and you can adapt it from the serial port to USB and then put it in the USB port in your computer. It still gets you the same purpose that it was intended to do. Some people say that's a little cumbersome, whatever, that's fine. It's not a big deal to me. This is a great little unit. I'm still going to rank it a good solid 4 stars simply because of the cable connection. If this had USB connector on it, I would rate this thing a solid 5 stars. I'm going to turn it on, and I'm going to show you here how quickly it takes this thing to lock on to the satellites. Now I just turned it on, and it's in the startup window there, and I've got 3 right there. Bang! There's 4 out of 4 right there. 4 satellites locked on right there. So you saw how quick that was. Now, when I was doing reviews, I was looking at the reviews of this little unit, and some of the reviews were saying when they first turned on their little unit, it would take several hours to lock on to the satellites. When I turned this unit on the very first time, it locked on in a matter of probably not more than 5 minutes, I would say, if it took that long. I didn't time it, but it wasn't very long, and you just saw how quickly it locked onto the targets. Mind you, I am inside my house. Okay, this unit is phenomenal for cloudy days. It's also good when you're in high tree cover. It really has a lot of sensitivity for connecting to the satellites. Now, that's the downfall. The other downfall that I can see and why I would give it a 4-star rating is because to manually enter waypoints, it's a little cumbersome. But it's not that bad. So if you don't want to spend the extra, I would say it's about $35, you can be set up with the adapters that you need to plug it straight into your computer. Go to geocaching.com, and you can send it to your satellite, send it to your GPS, send the coordinates to your GPS. Inputting waypoints can be a little cumbersome. It's not that bad once you learn how to do it. So let's go and look at your buttons here real quick. You have an up button right here. You have a down button right here, and then this is your enter button. And then on this side here, you have your power button. See if I can hold this right. There we go. Your power button, and then this is your page button. So when you first turn it on, you're going to come to this screen. Let's see if I can do this without getting you full of lights in your eyes. Okay, and then the next page is going to be a little tracking page. Then the next page is going to be a little compass. And then the next page is going to be your trip data. And then you're going to be on your menu page. A really good practice for any geocacher and I'm mostly speaking to geocachers because this is what I'm using this unit for, but even hikers, you're not going to use this unit for road navigation. That's not what it's intended for. It's not what it's designed to do. Garmin makes a product called Nuvi. I have one of those. Very good product as well. Those are road navigation devices. This is not a road navigating device. You're going to get to close to your, in this case, your geocache or your trail that you're going to hike, and then you're going to, what I usually do when I get out of my vehicle is right here, the very first thing here on this screen is mark. Okay, and what I do is I hit the enter button and I mark that waypoint. It's a good practice to get into, even if you think your cache or whatever you're doing is only going to be right here off the trail. It's always a good point to go ahead and mark the waypoint that you're at, so that if you do happen to get twisted around, you can always return back to that waypoint. It's just good practice to get into. There's many reasons why you would do it. Let's say you're finding 4 or 5 different caches and you get enthused in what you're doing and you kind of get twisted up, and if you've gone off the beaten path any time in your life, you know how easy it is to get twisted up out there. That's why they started making these little guys, to help you to keep from getting lost. So go ahead and mark the waypoint. It's always good standard practice to mark the waypoint that you're at when you get out of your vehicle, so you can always navigate back to it if you need to. All right. You can always delete all the waypoints instantly with the touch of a button with this little unit, so it's not going to hurt to add one more waypoint. Besides, this little unit, you can have up to 500 waypoints marked at any given time, which is quite a few waypoints, if you ask my opinion. The very next one down is going to be your waypoints. Then you have your routes, tracks, your setup, where you're going to set up your unit, your date, time, etc., your battery life information. Your date and time is right down here. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to a waypoint. So you're going to hit the down button right there, and then you're going to hit the enter button. Okay, and now you're going to see that I have several little waypoints already, numeric waypoints loaded in there. You can also load alphabetic waypoints, and you just scroll down each one of them. I have a couple of those in there as well. I'm probably going to go through and delete all these waypoints because these are all caches that I've already found. These two I actually went and looked for yesterday. Did not find either one of these caches. My opinion is this cache here, the people that set it, the building has been moved. The people that were in the building have moved, and I am suspicious they have taken their cache with them, and they just haven't updated the coordinates on geocaching website. But anyway, so let's say you want to add a new waypoint. Okay, so you would scroll down. If you wanted to name it, I don't know, Echo or whatever, you could use the E. Then you're going to hold the button in, the enter button, and then you see this little guy right here who's holding, I'm sorry about the light, the reflections here. He's holding his little flag. This is your waypoint. You're going to mark this waypoint. All right. You can change the name of this waypoint simply by, hit the down, but simply by hitting the up button, and then you just hit the enter button, and it takes you to this page. I'm trying to get it so the lights aren't shining into it. And then you're at this page, and you can use the enter button, the up and down buttons to select. Let's show you real quick. I'll hit the enter button, and you can numerically or alphabetically by holding it down till you get to the letter you want. Let's say we just want to name it Echo, E for Echo. So you get to E, and then you hit the enter button again, and then you hit the scroll down button, and then you hit OK. All right, now it's back to that little man again. Now you hit the scroll down button again until you get down to the bottom where your north and west coordinates are. Then you hit the enter button again, and then there's your north, and then you hit the down button to go over to the next one, the up button to go back one, and the enter button to edit that that waypoint number. Okay, so that's really all there is to it, and you do that until you get all the way through to the end, and then when you're done, let's just leave it like that. Then we'll go ahead and scroll all the way on through them. Oop. You get to the end, you click OK, and then there's that guy. All right, so now you're going to click the back button. I'm sorry, the page button, and now you're back to your menu. Now you hit your waypoints. You hit your enter button. There's that one we just loaded. So let's go up to it. Actually, it's under E. That's the one we just loaded. So you would click on that. Oops, I went down. I hit the down button. Let's use one that. Let's use one of these that we found already. Okay. So we're going to use that one. We hit the enter button again, and then you see where it shows you you can delete it, you can map it, you can mark it as a project, whatever you want. Then you hit the enter button again where it says go to, or you hit the up and down button to navigate however you want to navigate. And you hit your go to button, and the little compass comes up. Now this is really cool because it tells you how fast you're traveling right here. It's got your compass with your north, south, east, and west. It tells you where your little mark is that you're looking for. It tells you your degrees. It tells you the name of the cache that you're looking for. So if you wanted to say I had dance on there, and I wanted to go to dance, and I'm looking at this, and it's I'm on the wrong one. So I just hit the page button, and I go back to waypoints. I hit the enter button, and I hit the enter button again, and I scroll down to dance, and I hit the enter button again, and now I see I'm on dance. We can click go to. Now you see I'm on dance. You see that? Tells you your degrees, and then if I was walking, like I said, it'll show you the speed, but it'll also tell you how many miles and feet to go before you get to where you're going. So really cool, rough little unit. That's how you would manually input your waypoints. Like I said, I have it set up. I just log on to geocaching.com, plug it into my computer, and I find the cache that I want, and I send the waypoints directly to my little GPS, and off I go. Now I'll probably do 2 or 3 in a day. I don't usually do more than 2 or 3 a day because I have other things that I do. But maybe on a Saturday or something, my daughter and I will go and hit maybe 4 or 5. Whatever. It's just something to have fun with. Very rugged. You can use this on a rainy day and not worry about it because it is waterproof or water resistant. I'd say it's waterproof. I've used this in the rain and it's not been a problem. And it's got a little compartment back here for you to put your batteries in. Very rough, very rugged. Like I said, I'm going to give this a solid 4 stars. If it had a USB connector cable, I would give it a solid 5 stars. So there's my little review on the Garmin Etrex H high sensitivity portable GPS device. Thanks for watching the video, and I hope to see you out on the trail geocaching.